right, look, I don't want to make fun of people melting down. I don't want to make fun of people crying or panicking. I don't want to, don't make me be a bad guy. I don't want to be a bad guy. I really don't. I just, here's the thing. You want to know what I want to do after this election cycle? I want to keep on doing my grind, keep on doing this show, expanding our network, collaborating with my colleague Daniel, working on more projects, taking care of my family, and finding one day a lovely Mrs. Cabello so we can have beautiful, beautiful babies. But you know what? In this day and age, I really got to wonder, how can you have a normal life and a normal existence when you have so many unhinged people out there, especially in positions of power? For example, you have people like Whoopi Goldberg and Rachel Maddow melting down, screaming about how Trump and his supporters are fascists or how they're going to be rounding people up. I have a lot of criticism towards Donald Trump, but unlike liberals or Democrats, I actually have constructive criticisms, serious criticisms, especially in regards to the fight for free speech. Those I have a lot of criticism towards, not the traditional, oh no, orange boogeyman, it's Trump. No. But if you want to see unhinged people who have millions of audience members follow them and listen to every word they say, it's clear that Trump derangement syndrome is going to be a problem. Like, I wonder how much money these online therapists are making right now in regards to people who are seriously suffering from Trump derangement syndrome. Yes, there are people going to therapy because of Donald Trump. Donald Trump, congratulations. You're the biggest landlord in human history, especially in America. You live in the minds of a lot of unhinged, mentally unwell people. Most notably, people who have a large platform, like Rachel Maddow. Rachel, the floor is yours. You want to see liberal meltdown? This is a liberal meltdown.
I'm just going to play you two very quick clips. The first one is from Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden last night. And the second one is from the infamous pro-Nazi rally at Madison Square Garden in February.
Trump's rally and that rally that happened in the 1930s are two different freaking things altogether. And look, not to offend people, but that 1930s event, it really wasn't like a diverse event, okay? It's only for one certain group there. Okay? Got to be careful with the YouTube guidelines. Whereas Trump's event that took place in Madison Square Garden, well, there was a whole rainbow of people there. Everybody was there. Okay? So Trump's rally and the 1930s rally, two different things altogether. And then, just to be clear on this, I got to bring out that classic line for The Sopranos. You know, Quasimodo, he predicted all of this. What? Yeah, Quasimodo, the end of the world. No, that's Nostradamus. Quasimodo's the hunchback of Notre Dame. Nostradamus and Notre Dame, two different things altogether. Trump's rally and the rally that happened in the 1930s in Madison Square Garden. Two different things altogether, and I better not see anybody in the live stream or when I clip this video in the comment section. What, Kit? You never pondered that? No, I didn't. And if you write that comment, you didn't have the makings of a varsity YouTuber. There you go.
February 1939.
Americans sleeping on their own feces on a bench in Central Park. But the illegals, they get whatever they want, don't they? 5-star hotels, cash, probably get Yankee Dodger tickets tomorrow night.
Great floods of tears for a few 100,000 job-taking so-called poor Jewish refugees who incidentally in general have more of this world's goods than you or I will ever possess.
There are more people than that guy speaking. Okay? More people than that douchebag at that Trump rally. But you're bringing comparison what one person is saying, an entire political organization that rented out Madison Square Garden. Again, this is an insult.
Floods of tears for a few 100,000 job-taking, so-called poor Jewish refugees who incidentally, in general, have more of this world's goods than you or I will ever possess. That was from the 1939 rally. That speaker was Gerhard Kunz, who was a German-American Bund leader who would ultimately be indicted for both espionage and sedition, leading the crowd to denounce these so-called refugees, these so-called poor people who get so much better treatment than real Americans. The argument doesn't change at all.
You're comparing apples and oranges. You are in charge of a very popular show, and you're comparing people who are voting for Trump as those equivalent to the supporters of the Third Reich in the 1930s. You are making an accusation against a voting population saying that they are equivalent to people who support the Third Reich. What's wrong with you? You're accusing anyone that's a Trump supporter. They're before that. Now, I don't know. Maybe my eyes need to be checked, but when I played a couple of videos on yesterday's show, there were black people, Latino people, Asian people, Arabs, Muslims, Jews, and white people there. Now, at the end of the day, I have my criticism for Trump. I don't believe in a two-party system. And this is the same thing will apply to liberals. I am not, nor would I ever accuse anyone that's voting for a politician to being supporting of a group, a disgusting group from the 1930s. You want to know what's causing a divide in America? You know, when Obama asked what's causing a divide in America, it's corporate media. Now, I am ever hopeful for one day Americans do wake up and aren't part of the two-party system. But that day isn't here yet. It's coming. But this is an insult to us all.
You know, if you don't want to be compared to those people in history, don't steal their lines. Don't say you admire them. You know, if you don't want to be called a fascist, don't convert a normal governing political party into a one-man cult of personality and then...
No, we see cult of personality all the time for Hillary, for Biden, for Ussie. We see it all the time. Democrats do it too. Democrats do it too. It's called politics.
Say all elections are rigged and the country used to be great, but now it's been humiliated and brought low because of an enemy within, and we're going to have to use force and violence against that enemy and terminate parts of the Constitution to get them, right? If you don't want to be compared to the folks who held rallies like that in 1939, don't hold rallies like that.
There's nothing in comparison. I didn't see anybody in that stadium goose stepping.
If you don't want to be called a fascist, stop constantly acting out the dictionary definition of fascist. And then we'll all agree we won't use that F word anymore.
Reading. That helps you know what you're talking about. So let's talk about what is fascism. Okay? This time I'm going to pull up on Wikipedia. Not the most trusted source, but here's fascism. Okay? Fascism is an authoritarian, ultra-nationalist policy ideology movement characterized by dictatorial leader, centralized autocracy, militarism, forcible suppression of opposition, belief in a natural social hierarchy, subordination of individual interests for the perceived good of the nation or race, and strong regimentation of society and economy. What happened in Madison Square Garden at the Trump rally has nothing in comparison to what happened in the 1930s. But this is all what liberals have. Trump? Oh, he's bad. Trump is bad. Trump will do this and Trump will do that. Now listen, you want to talk about people being mentally unhinged? Give it up for Whoopi Goldberg because she says Trump's going to be knocked. Trump and his political police. That's right. You know him. You love him. Hang on. If I'm going to do him, I'm going to do him properly. You know him. You love him. Political police. Commissar Hans. Should do an SNL skit. No, wait. SNL will probably never let me do that. I don't know. Maybe I need to get the budget, do a video and have Commissar Hans kicking down the door. Political police. Whereas apparently they're going to be rounding up interracial couples. It's not the 1950s. Whoopi. What's wrong with you, you silly goose?
He's not going to, say, oh, you're with a white guy. I'm going to keep you from being deported. No, he's going to deport you and put the white guy with someone else. The man is out there.
So wait, Trump's going to break up marriages and couples and have the white guys be hooked up with white women. Like, wait a minute. Hold on. Like, how is he going to do this? I mean, seriously. I mean, and listen. If to the beautiful interracial couples out there, all you beautiful people trying to live your lives, what are your thoughts on Whoopi Goldberg saying, oh, if Trump's elected, they're going to break you up, and guess what? Trump's going to hook up your partner with somebody else. How does this happen? Listen again. They're all melting down. Listen, folks. If Trump wins, I want you to be very careful these next couple of days. There's going to be a lot of unhinged liberals out there. And while it might be funny to watch them online screaming and crying, there's others that might go that extra mile and could do something stupid, okay? So please be safe. If you see somebody screaming or crying or driving erratically, screaming, just be careful.
He's not going to, say, oh, you're with a white guy. I'm going to keep you from being deported. No, he's going to deport you and put the white guy with someone else. The man is out there.
He's also,
Which, by the way, hold on. You know what? I'm going to do this again. All right, people. This will probably be the last time I'm doing it. Here is the liberal panic. Action and scene. Trump. He was in Madison Square Garden. What he did, he had a lot of people show up. I was Germany. It's Germany. He's back from the dead. He is first name in. Last name in. Trump's everywhere. It's going to break up the interracial couples. And people will be sad. And we're going to dump this loco. He's everywhere. There's Trump flying a plane. There's Trump driving a car. Trump's in the closet. He sees me. Oh, Trump's under the bed. Trump's over there. Trump's over here. Where's Trump? Where's Trump? He's right behind you. And scene. And you see, that's called acting. All right. I can't do that again. Not doing that again. Not doing that again. But see, it's very ironic that Whoopi Goldberg is saying the guy's local because I just want to pull up this thing right here. So I'm pulling this thing up here right here. Because if Trump was so El Loco, I mean, they knew him. Everybody knew him. Everyone in the media, television, cable news, Hollywood, radio, everywhere. Everybody knows Trump. The Democrats knew him. All of them knew him. And look, there's even Barbara Walters.
It was the episode of you when you were on The View. And I think it was 2015 or 2006, like when you were running for president.
Right.
And you got introduced as our friend Donald Trump.
That's right.
Whoopi Goldberg gives you a big hug and a kiss. Joy Behar gives you a big hug. Barbara Walters gives you a big hug. They all loved you. They were all talking about how you're you might be conservative in your financial positions, but you're very liberal socially. They were talking about you in such a favorable light. The audience was cheering. And then you actually started winning in the polls, and then the machine started working towards you.
Yeah.
But there's probably no one in history that I've ever seen that's been attacked the way you've been attacked, and the way they've done it so coordinated and systematically. When you see those same people in the past, very favorable to you, like Oprah, when you were on Oprah's show,
Very.
she was encouraging you to be
Last
president.
week.
But does he really want to add president of the United States to his resume? A lot of people would like him to. Please, let's find out, and please welcome my friend, Donald Trump.
My friend.
My friend, watch this. Just
Now, look, this was like, again, many, many years ago. Not like, I think like what, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, give or take. And yeah, that's what's happened. This is what we're witnessing right here, right now for us all to see. The View cheering Trump coming on stage. And look, Whoopi was sitting right next to him.
let's watch this. This is nuts. We're in an alternative universe. Okay, because this is not that long ago.
Go standing O.
Bro, watch this. Just watch how this goes. Watch this. So she's a Republican. That's easy.
Yep.
But everybody else.
The Joy
Hugs.
can't wait to get a hug in.
Yeah, everyone's hugging. Look at this. Look at this. Kisses,
Barbara.
hugs, kisses to Whoopi. Everybody hugs and kisses. Even Joy Behar hugs
Even
and
Joy
kisses.
Behar hugs and kisses.
See? Now watch this.
So I'm going to take you at your word that you have not decided yet when you're going to run, but you're thinking about it, and you've expressed some of your views, which are controversial and in many ways, yeah, but
Not to her.
well, not to her. Okay, you're a Republican, so, but
Back when people still had functioning brain cells before they let Trump live rent-free in their head.
let's say that you do decide.
And look, who's sitting between Trump and Whoopi right now? Barbara Walters herself. Barbara, we miss you. Did you know Barbara Walters actually did a report in the 1950s about her time being a Playboy waitress? It was an innocent time. But you go, Barbara. You go, girl. I see how you are. We miss you.
In the spring, right? And your ideas resonate so much. On the other hand, we saw Newt Gingrich apologizing for his marriages and divorces. You've had 3 marriages, 2 sort of uncomfortable divorces. Do you think
Not really. They were very comfortable.
He was having to get divorced. Like, yeah, I didn't those other 2 marriages wasn't all that great.
We won't review all that. Do you think
Getting laughs right away.
that would bother anybody?
I think the country is doing so badly, they want somebody that's going to help it. I think the country is never been in a position like it is right now. It's being ripped off by every nation, every intelligent nation in the world, whether it's China. They're taking our jobs, they're making all our product, and then they loan us back the money, we pay them interest.
That is
whether
crazy.
it's OPEC.
That's crazy.
OPEC, which is,
Look at this.
they're
Watch
having
this.
a field day right now. How about the Arab League? They say, we want you to go in and attack Libya. These are the wealthiest countries in the world. Why aren't they paying us?
Okay,
Why
so
aren't
then they
so
change
I
their
agree with
minds
that, but you
also.
didn't
So,
answer my question.
no, I did answer your question.
would you-
I really
you
think
think it won't
people.
matter?
I think maybe 10 years ago it would have mattered. 5 years ago.
Yeah.
The fact is, I think people want somebody now that's going to protect them and protect this country, because we're not going to be a great country for long if we keep going the way.
And they're listening to him. They're hearing him out. And if they're so triggered by his words or by what he was saying, remember, View, you just can't say, oh, we didn't know. No, these celebrities, all these people of influence, they know each other. They know each other. They're friends. George Carlin. And look, I actually got a little bit of pushback. Why would George Carlin be doing a Broadway musical? Because you know what? George Carlin would do it. He wouldn't vomit in his grave. He wouldn't be spinning in his grave. He's doing a big show upstairs in the big sky saying, I told you, stupid MFers. It's all one big club. See, even Hillary Clinton took money from him. See, if they all said he was such a bad guy, a real bad guy, really mean, hurting their feelings, you wouldn't be taking his money. You wouldn't be interviewing him. You wouldn't be doing this and you wouldn't be doing that. But, oh, surprise, surprise, Democrats, you are doing it, aren't you?
We're going right now.
If you,
The audience cheers.
Yeah.
When we have France leading the charge, okay? France, this is our new leader. By the way, they led for about 2 hours. After that, nobody's seen them. I don't know if you know that or
closer
not.
than geographically, so they
Let me
should.
just
shouldn't
ask a
they?
follow-up question to that.
lead is the point.
Let me just ask
instead
a
of the other way.
follow-up question to that. Let's say you run You've given a lot of thought for this. Who would you like as your vice president? Possibly Sarah Palin?
Well, I think it's far too early even to discuss that. I'm going to make a decision sometime prior to June. I'm thinking about it very strongly. I think I'd do a really good job. I think I'd protect this country like it's not being protected. It's funny. So many of the things I say, now politicians are saying, hey, that's right. Why aren't they paying us? If you look at North Korea, South Korea, we're protecting South Korea. They're making a fortune. Let's call it hundreds of billions of dollars of profit on us. We have 25,000 soldiers over there protecting them. They don't pay us. Why are they paying us?
You'd be treating this like a business.
No, a business with heart.
Okay.
Believe me.
Yes, believe me, it'll be incredible, huge, in your face, all the time, every time.
There's a lot of heart. It's a business, but it's also a business with heart. We will destroy this country. It won't be a war if the economics of this country keep going the way they're going. We're not going to have a country.
You're kind of a social liberal, Donald.
You know,
You're a social liberal. Could you actually get the base to vote for you in the primary?
Well, every poll is saying that I'm the one that does the best.
They do.
They're doing polls.
They actually have you a higher approval rating than Mitt Romney, Tim Pawlenty, John Boehner. But out of those,
Let's just pause and think.
He's very poised. He's listening. He's
grasp
yeah.
The 180.
Yeah.
That the media has taken on him.
Yes, they have. They have did a whole 180 on Trump. And all these people now are riling up their audience to be afraid, to be fearful, to be scared, to lose your ability to think critically, critically. You got to be a critical thinker, okay? You got to be a critical thinker in this day and age. You have people who are journalists or commentators or presenters trying to build up this image of what Trump is. Now, there's a lot of things about Trump. There's a lot of things to be said about him. He is somebody who has thrived in the neoliberal system. He's not the architect, but he did help survive in it. He knew all the people, the players, the pushers, the pullers, the people who were making things happening in D.C. He gave them money and they did what he said. So he contributed in some way. Was he the designer? No. But he sure knew how to survive off of it. And yet they're calling him the next Hitler. And he's going to break interracial couples. And he's going to do this. And he'll do that. He's not going to do any of that. Probably nothing will fundamentally change. Let's be clear about that. But when you have people presenting this information, there are easily susceptible minds out there that are going to start thinking, oh no, Trump will really do this. Oh no, it's the 1930s all over again. Guess what? Your government's bought by special interests and corporations. Your government is owned by the top 1%. You don't play an impact. You're only participating. Your vote is just a participation event, and then that's it. And then the Electoral College picks for you. No one's coming to your door. No one's going to break up a relationship. Trump is going to hook up the guys with another gal. No, not going to happen, okay? The fact that you have people presenting this idea, there's going to be a lot of dumb idiots out there, suckers, who will be voters, who will eat it up. That's why I'm proud of this audience. Think critically, think for yourself. But the liberal meltdown's coming. And if Trump wins, on the one hand, it's going to be funny. On the other hand, be careful out there. Because so many unhinged people will be treating this as though it's the gospel, that this is what Trump's going to do. And a lot of irrational people will start acting irrationally. So be careful. That's my advice. But it's also just funny to see this meltdown happen. And to answer your question, no, I won't be doing the liberal meltdown again until probably on November 5th. And then that's it. I'm over. I'm over with it, okay? Takes too much out of my soul, people. My soul needs a milkshake.